Hey my friends, this is Daniel Alley, and today I want to talk with you about 7 things that instantly turn people off. If you've been turning people off and you don't know why, then this video will reveal the truth. So please listen up. Because the first thing that turns people off the most is gossip. See, when you're gossiping and you're creating drama, people hate that. Because you're bringing in negative thoughts about someone that no one can do anything about. And when you're speaking negatively about someone else, to the person you're talking to, then that person will also feel that when they walk out of the room, that you'll be gossiping about them too. So stop gossiping and creating drama that shouldn't exist. The second thing that turns most people off is complaining. When you're complaining, you're basically venting about your frustrations in life, right? You're talking about something that you probably cannot change or something that you can change but you're not willing to change, and you're hoping that the person that you're talking to can probably give you advice or just hear you out. But one of the biggest problems about complaining is that you're not helping the person that you're complaining to. All you're doing is dumping off some trash to someone else, hoping that they can help you to make a change. But most likely that's not going to happen. Because someone who's complaining is someone who is not taking responsibility over their situation. So if you find yourself complaining and venting to people that can't do anything about it, make sure to stop doing that right now. The third thing that turns people off are radical opinions. Look, there's so many times where people come up with their thoughts, their ideas, their opinions that are borrowed by social media. They're borrowed by the news. They're borrowed from someone else. And a lot of times you might share these opinions with other people thinking that you sound like a strategist. You sound brilliant. You sound intelligent. But you don't sound like that at all. You see, the fact is that what you're sharing with them is something that is completely different than what they want to hear most of the times. And if you're talking about something that's extreme, something that's controversial, then most likely they will walk away from what they think is negativity. So all I'm saying is to stop bringing up divisive ideas. Stop talking about conspiracy theories. Don't talk about politics or religion if you know that the person that you're talking to isn't open to it at all. Instead, be willing to find people who are more open to those ideas, and I promise you, they'll receive them better than anyone else. The fourth thing that instantly turns people off is bragging. Anytime I see someone coming up to me with a false sense of humility or wants to show off, I tend to avoid them because I know that they're just full of themselves. I know that they're narcissistic. I know that they have selfish tendencies, and I don't want to deal with someone who's looking to take far more than they're willing to give. We live in a world filled with prideful people, and if you find yourself always boasting, always lying, always showing off, and you don't feel good about it, then it's time to make a change, because there's a reason why people are putting you on an island. There's a reason why if you have success, no one is talking to you about that. There's a reason why people are not complimenting you, because you always compliment yourself. So understand that you need to put your pride on the side and eventually embrace other people and realize that they need you to become a better version of yourself. Look, you can be a leader. You can be charismatic. You can show people that you have things. But what I'm saying is don't go overboard. Don't make people feel inferior. And never aim to create jealousy among the people around you. Because if you do, you'll realize it will be destructive to all the success you created in the end. The fifth thing that really turns people off is interrupting. When you're having a conversation with someone else and you're that person that's always interrupting others, most people are going to try to avoid you because they don't feel like they can get a word in. They don't feel like they can express themselves because you always want to inject your statements. You always want to let them know that you have ideas. No one wants to feel like they're limited when it comes to sharing their ideas when they're around you. So if you're making other people feel that they can't talk, that they can't express themselves, they can't tell stories, they can't be themselves, then you need to make sure that you quiet yourself and allow them to speak. Because the worst thing you can ever do when you're dealing with people is alienate them and make them feel less than they are. Speaking of that topic, let's talk about number 6, because the sixth thing you should never do that really turns people off is one-upping them. You see, this is a form of interruption that says that you are better than the other person because you want to tell a story that is greater than theirs. You know, there's so many times where I've talked to people and I tell them about my accomplishments or someone else's accomplishment, and they come up with their story or someone else they know and their story, and they want to make sure that I know that whatever I say is inferior to whatever they say. This is one of the most destructive habits of humankind. And so many people resort to it because they feel inferior about their success. They feel that they have to prove themselves in order to identify with you. And it really shows you that these people don't have any confidence in them at all. This is a universal problem that has to end. Unfortunately, it will never end, but you can make a change by stop one-upping people whenever they have something to say. And the seventh and final thing that really turns people off is dishonesty. I think this is one of the biggest things that people do, right? They lie, they cheat, they manipulate, they deceive. They feel like they have to tell a lie in order to get your attention, in order to seek your approval. They feel like they have to cover up their mistakes or pretend to be someone that they're not in order to identify with you. Now, if you find yourself to be a habitual liar and you don't know how to change, start by telling the truth. Start by asking yourself, what kind of conversations do I have with other people? Because once you think about those conversations, you're gonna think about why you've been lying to them. You're gonna wonder why you've been saying certain things in certain ways to certain people. And you're gonna realize that everything you've been saying to them is actually foolish, it's useless, it's pointless, because eventually you're either gonna be found out for being a liar, or that person will move on and they won't care at all. That's why you have to make a clear-cut decision. Because if they find you out, you'll be embarrassed, and if they move on, then you won't have a friend. But if you tell the truth, if you're honest, if you have integrity, if you're built with character, then you'll be able to attract people for life. You'll be able to talk to people straight in their face, and you'll be able to tell them who they are without any deception, without any manipulation, without wanting to get something out of them. So there you go, my friends. I just shared with you 7 things that really turn people off. If you understand this video, make sure to type yes in the comment section below. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please share this video with someone else that annoys you. Guys, this is Daniel Ali. I really hope you enjoyed what I shared with you. Please understand that what I'm saying is very serious. Some of it might sound funny. Some of these things you might be so far away from, but some of them you do every single day. So make sure to change your habits, change your mindset, and change your lifestyle, because that's the only way you're ever going to achieve success in this world. My friends, this is Daniel Ali. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.